Namor, Reed, you can't settle it that way. The only one who can decide is me. I guess I love both of you in different ways, though my loyalties have always been to Reed. But Reed's shown me that he doesn't need me, and neither does the Fantastic Four. So I choose Namor. Quote, Sue Richards, Fantastic Four. What if, Volume 1, Issue 1, what if Spider-Man had joined the Fantastic Four? This parallels to the events of Amazing Spider-Man #1. Utah the Watcher explains to readers that there exist many realities. In each alternate reality, there is a divergence from what is happened and what could have happened. The Watcher focuses on the alternative reality in which Spider-Man attempts to join the Fantastic Four as a solution to his money problems. Originally, Spider-Man is turned down by the group, but is the alternate reality they allow Spider-Man to join, causing the birth of the Fantastic Five. And rest assured, such a thing nearly did happen, as seen in now practically priceless Spider-Man #1. Many of you will remember the day soon after Spider-Man's strange origin, when both selfless acts and commercial endeavors had failed to bring him the fame and fortune he wished. I can't cash a check because I can't prove I'm Spider-Man. And now the Daily Bugle has offered a cash reward for my capture. I need money, but I say, that authorized comic magazine, why didn't I think of it before? There's the way I can make some money, by joining the real Fantastic Four. Thus was born the thought that is father to the deed. Minutes later, Peter Parker reached the roof of an adjacent, slightly smaller building. Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat. I should have thought of this right away. They'll probably be twice as impressed when they see how easily I get into the private skyscraper headquarters. Well, here's nothing. Meanwhile, in the streets below, it's the Spider-Man. What a bonus I'll get for this shot. He's heading for the Fantastic Four headquarters, but consequentially called Fantastic Four were hardly caught napping. The alarm. Someone's trying to sneak in. He must be some kind of nut to think he can take us by surprise. There, his picture on our viewplate. It's Spider-Man. Why didn't he phone for an appointment like anyone else? Because he's a teenage cornball show-off just like the Torch. How obliging of them to leave a window open for me. This is a breeze. Activate defense measures. Just to be safe. Greetings, group. You should make it so easy for people to drop in on you. Got news for you, loudmouth. It ain't that easy. Wow, a plexiglass cage dropping from the ceiling, and the steel plate that just came down behind you will stop you from leaving via the window. This gizmo may keep off the riffraff people, but it's a joke to me. That device costs us $1,000 if you wreck it. Don't worry, rubber face. The squirt's gonna be taught some manners right now. Ow! You big ape. Who do you think you're pushing around? Did you forget you're messing with a guy who has the proportionate strength of a spider? For crying out. That's what I get for pulling my punch on an account of his size. Now hold it, son. We don't want to fight with any strangers, at least now, till we know what we're fighting about. Who's fighting? Just consider this a little exhibition. He caught my hand in my net of his. He certainly does live up to his name. While invisibility, I might be able to get this rope over our impetuous young friend. My spider instinct senses danger behind me. Have to move fast. Who tossed that rope? I didn't see anyone. Wait, it must be the invisible girl. Well, I'll just give her a whirl for her money. That's it, you animated insect. Fun's over. I'll settle you now. Flame on. He's got me in a circle of flame. Well, I'll just jump over that clown's little trap and keep out of his reach until his flame dies down. Then it'll be my turn. Hey, stay still, darn it. Okay, that's enough. No more fun and games, fella. Someone might get hurt. Now suppose you tell us what you're here for. Well, order the way Killjoy gimmick another crack at him. It's about time someone asked me. I came here to join up with you. I want to be a member of the Fantastic Four. So I thought I'd give you a demonstration of what I can do. Now let's get down to business. How much does the job pay? I figure I'm worth your top salary. I knew it. That kook has rocks in his head. Afraid you made a mistake, Spider-Man. We're a non-profit organization. We pay no salaries or bonuses. Any profit we make goes into scientific research. You came to the wrong place, pal. This isn't General Motors. For a moment, things just go as you did in your world. We kept just enough money to pay our expenses. Every other cent goes in developing the most effective super crime fighting apparatus we can create. Besides, aren't you wanted by the police? This ain't Outlaws Anonymous, you know. I might have known. You're just like all the rest, ready to believe the worst of anyone. Okay, keep me out of your group. Who needs you? I'll make you guys look like pikers. But now, instead of the mere wishful reflection, Sue Storm acts. Spider-Man, wait, come back. And something within Peter Parker responds in kind. Huh? All right, I always was a sucker for a pretty girl, even one who can turn invisible on me. So what's the scoop, lady? If you'll stop playing Mr. Hostility for a minute, maybe we can come to some kind of agreement. Now, Sue, well, it can't hurt to hear him out, can it? Maybe we can afford him after all. That's the spirit. I'm not greedy. It's just that I need some money. Not a lot, but send them packing, Reed. Well, we could always use some more power, speed raw power in the group. Besides, I've been considering finding some way to dole out some more spending money to others. Maybe Spider-Man could pull his weight in the Fantastic Four at that. Sheer raw power, huh? Can that web punk do this? Check, old buddy, and strength isn't everything, Reed. My flames, I'll get us out of places where sheer muscle wouldn't do any good. I never said they wouldn't, Johnny. Now cool down, both of you, and listen to me. I've never said Spider-Man was better than you two hotheads. Why, you? Just that we banded together to fight evil, and it's just possible that 5 superheroes may be able to do better than 4. Maybe I should leave. I'll drink to that, wall crawler. I must admit, Reed, he's got a point. I mean, look at Stretcher. We don't even know who he'd be we signing up. Unlike any of us, Spider-Man hides his true identity behind a mask. Sure, for all we know, he could be anybody. This side of Al Capone. There's no problem. Let me at all peel the mask off his faster in Tonto and say Kimosabi. Now, Ben, if Spider-Man can truly wants to join us, he'll make that decision himself. Fair enough. Well, I guess so. I'll go along with that. Well, Spider-Man, it's all up to you. Yeah, I see what you mean. If you're in all the way. It's just that I've never really felt I could trust anyone before with any secret I had. But then you're not just anybody, are you? You're going to be my partners. I've got to do it. It's just that so hard, like pulling off your own face, turning me into somebody else. Into Peter Parker, boy wallflower of Midtown High. I thought he might be scarred like Dr. Doom. There are my kinds of scars, Sue. That's for sure. With Spider-Man on the team, his association with the Fantastic Four grants him acceptance from the population, unlike his mainstream counterpart, who is labeled a menace by the Daily Bugle. The Fantastic Five take on a number of villains, including the Vulture and the Red Ghost and his Super Apes. While Mr. Fantastic Thing, Human Torch, and Spider-Man go on adventures, the Invisible Girl often stays behind to monitor things from the base. Sue is eventually seduced into meeting Namor, the Submariner, who is under the control of the Puppet Master, to get revenge on the Fantastic Five. You all right, Ben? Yeah, top drawer. Just don't ask me to do any punting for a couple of weeks, okay? Now, Namor, it's time to deal with you. But why am I kidding myself? You're not Namor, just a mental projection of him. And I have come to tell you that the Invisible Girl is my prisoner. What? Why, you dirty? If you hurt my sister, check all the rooms, Johnny, fast. I'd help out, but I got some limping to catch up on. And though none of the actors realize the Puppet Master is directing behind the scenes, I shall witness the final destruction of my arch enemies at the hands of my powerful pawn, the Submariner. Okay, Stretch, all set. But Alicia pulled a crying jag on me. I blamed her, brought her along. Good thing you didn't, old friend. This is no place for a blind girl. On your world, of course, Alicia Masters did indeed accompany the Fantastic Four. Soon after, hey, big brain, how do you know what part of this puddle you're going to find the Submariner in? I don't. We'll have to take pot luck, but I suspect he inhabits the very deepest regions of the Atlantic, such as this area. Be on guard, all of you, especially you, Spider-Man. You haven't tangled with Namor before. I'm shivering in my little pink boots. Hey, that's my kind of line. Eyes front, crew. The Submariner is dead ahead. Greetings, surface fools. Come if you think to match the wits with the Prince of Atlantis. Ha! Little did you suspect that seemed a rocky ledge was really the open shell of a giant scavenger clam. Soon in the undersea palace where Namor dwells alone, not yet having located his scattered Atlantean subject. If you wonder how you got here, the giant clam which you trapped gives us chloroforms like vapors, which put you to sleep. But now you are awake and you are my prisoners. Don't bet on it, Namor. Only time will tell whether you've captured us or whether we finally succeed in tracing you down. Oh yes, you've added the upstart called Spider-Man to your desultory ranks. He'll do you no good. You tell him misprove but a slender seaweed against the strength of a sovereign of the seven seas. Bet you can't say that 3 times fast, pointy ears. Bah! Your false bravado does not impress me, and now let me show you my other prisoner, the only one foolish came to rescue, yet who served me merely as a bait for my trap. There! I have to draw the certain to reveal your previous precious Sue Storm inside an air-filled gobble in my trophy tank, guarded by the mightiest octopus on this planet. Look at it trying to crush the globe. If that glassy-looking globe ever breaks, easy, Johnny. There's something strange about the Submariner. In his own inhuman way, he loves Sue. He never put her in jeopardy. Well, let's put him in jeopardy for a chance. I will battle you one by one as if the custom of my people who shall be first. Me, you flat-headed creep. That's my sister in there. Flame on. Sister, fiance, or not, they're at risk lives for each other like a shot. Got to admit, these guys are great. Prepare yourself for a surprise, Torch. There's an undersea creature which lives in a cold, icy cave. To keep alive, it actually devours any kind of heat. And this it is, the living weapon with which I shall defeat your flaming power once and for all, a ravenous, unthinking flame eater. It is working. He is absorbing the heat from your body as a sponge absorbs the water. Can stay afloat, my flame getting too weak, but at least I won't hurt myself falling. Still, you are not perfect of the killer flame. All that remains is for me to finish the job with my bare hand. Well, what are you waiting for? I never did learn how to say uncle. Oh no, you don't, fish face. That brave kid is worth a dozen double crossers like you. This was supposed to be a hand-to-hand fight. If you came to bring in those creepy sea creatures of yours, then the Torch can use a little help too. You will find that Prince Namor is not a puny surface man who cringes at the sound of the thing's voice. Holy Hannah, you're as slippery as an eel. Come back here and fight, you underwater weasel. I shall fight you, never fear, but my way on my terms. Here, let me toss you a little present. Ow, it's razor sharp. So my dagger-needed corral is not to your liking. Well, then, perhaps this bit of deep-sea fungus will suit you better. Come down and fight us, you crumb. You fight on my home ground and now think and say, ugh, okay, everybody, so this is your turf. Even if you have drained out all the water, just remember, even the home team's been known to lose one now and then. Hey, what in the blazes is this stuff? Obviously a fungus which spreads out of contact with any living thing. And there's one more thing, little item. Crap! It also gets harder with every passing second. Now you tell him, ouch, thanks, Webbs, I needed that. Cause now that you put a crack in it, Aunt Petunia's favorite nephew can do the rest. Good work, partner. We're beginning to shake his confidence, but now he's mine. Check. I guess you've got it coming. After all, your Sue's your girl. That's what I've always thought, but is she? Namor didn't invade our HQ. Sue must have gone to him at first. I've always longed for a meeting like this so we could settle things between the three of us for once and for all, but better to get back to taking care of business. I have always felt, Richard, that you were the most coddly, dangerous of all your group, and I hope you're right. How do you feel now being trapped in a living cell just as you fashioned one for the thing? You cannot maintain the pressure forever. You will have to release the tension sooner or later, and when you do, he's right. Already I've overstretched my limits. He'll Spider-Man. Don't act so surprised, boss of bosses. After all, I got to earn this week's lunch money, don't I? Sorry, I can't trade quips with you just now, Spider-Man. But Sue, sheesh, so wrapped up in wrapping up Namor, I forgot all about her. But luckily, the thing sure didn't. Don't worry, Susie gal. I know you can't hear me in there, but I just hold on a little longer and you'll be home free. First thing I've got to do is get rid of that giant octopus. Well, it ain't Saturday night, but a little bath never hurt anybody. Look at the size of that gabbling glob. If I saw him coming in the comic mags the Marvel people put out about us, I think they flipped their gourd. But anyway, score one for our side. He's turned away from trying to shatter that globe. There's got to hold his tentacles. His brain so small they'll swing him out of here before he can even think of trying to break my hold. That takes care of Cuddles. Atta girl, Susie. Just hold your breath for a couple more seconds. Not a whimper out of her. First time I ever saw a female who would keep her mouth shut so long. Ben Grimm, of course, has just revealed that in any time continuum, his known ledge of his ways of woman is something less than perfect. Yet another pair of eyes than ours are focused on the triumphant scene. The Fantastic Five are more powerful than I thought. This is not the way I planned it. Now I myself must take a hand and destroy them all. The Samara has not really tried to kill them, only to defeat them. I must change that. So as long as you are my puppet, you must do my bidding. You must slay the real Fantastic Four, just as I have toppled their puppet images. Now strike, strike. Namor, let's stop this useless struggle. Why must we always battle each other? What's made you turn against us? Turn against Sue. Stay back. The time for words is long past. I must put an end to all you now, to all of you. I have no other choice. No other choice? That doesn't sound like the Submariner we know and loathe. I never met old pointy ears before, but my spider sense is tingling like crazy. If it as is, there's another presence here, something controlling Namor's as if he were a puppet. A puppet, of course, the puppet master. That would explain everything. But I can't be, he's dead, or is he? This planet is my ultimate weapon. It will release a gas which no living creature can withstand, and its fumes shall now destroy you all. Yes, that's it. Release the fumes. I command you. You must obey me. I must obey, must kill them all. They are my enemies, yet Sue is among them. Yet why must they perish? Why can I not stay my hand? I'll stay this hand and the rest of them too. Let me at him. Wait, all of you, stop. Sue, you're defending the Samara after he's not to blame for what's happened. Spider-Man was right. Can't you see Namor is under some sort of spell? I know it. Just then the giant octopus hurled moments before to the top of Namor's dome by the rampaging thing shattered the plexiglass shell in awesome display of almost limitless strength. Amazing, ain't it, how much the wondrous watcher talks old smiling Stan used to, then seeking a new victim. Oh, ahead something. Oh no, it's the beast, the giant octopus coming towards my sub. My only chance to carve a puppet of him so I can control him. But in his frantic haste, the puppet master forgotten one salient fact. You cannot control the creature which it's virtually mindless. No, back, I command you, back. At the same time, split second with the subsea doom. Oh, my head, my pressure is gone. Look at something happen to Namor, or something's going to happen to us if somebody doesn't stop all that water pouring in. No problem, big fella. My webbing will do the trick. Oh, come on, ill wall crawler. You know it's just reinforcing my welding job. If you stayed in Forest Hills, we would just be as high and dry. After freeing Sue and Namor from the puppet master's control, Sue decides that she loves Namor and wants to stay in his kingdom with him after months of neglect from the team, thanks to Spider-Man's inclusion in the group. Accepting her request, Namor conditions her body so that she can breathe underwater, a process that is apparently permanent, and the remainder of her former comrades live in defeat. Spider-Man regretting to have joined the team. These are the worlds within worlds, worlds which we exist side by side with your own, and in each of them, men and women must make choices that will affect their own destinies and perhaps that of the universe. I know, for I am the Watcher. Notes, cover art, modifications by Ramita Earth 721. In Watcher's introduction on Parallel Worlds, there are the world where Reed Richards became the Thing instead of Ben Grimm was first seen in the story. What mad world. In Fantastic Four 118, the Fantastic Four fighting alongside the Invaders is from Fantastic Four Annual 11, Marvel 2-in-1 The Avenger battles with the Squadron Supreme first happened in Avengers 85 to 86. But this appears to be their combat with them in Avengers 141 to 144. Spider-Man battles with a certain colorful-clad alien is a nod to the first Marvel DC Comics crossover in Superman versus the Amazing Spider-Man #1. Killraven's world first seen in Amazing Avengers Volume 2 #18 and Deathlock's world, which appeared in Astonishing Tales #25. The Watcher narratives of the origin of the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man occurred in Fantastic Four 1 and Amazing Fantasy 15 respectively. The beginning of the story shows Peter Parker getting the idea of joining the Fantastic Four in order to earn a living. This parallels to the events of Amazing Spider-Man #1. In the original story, Fantastic Four turned Spider-Man down, causing him to flee. Later, he gets framed for a crime that the Chameleon committed and be branded a menace by J. Jonah Jameson following a failed space flight by his son and astronaut, John Jameson. The final battle of the Fantastic Four before Spider-Man joined the group was when the team traveled to the Southwest to battle the Hulk. This is a reference to the first battle between the Thing and the Hulk in Fantastic Four #12. The Chameleon's plot in this issue is foiled by Spider-Man joining the Fantastic Four. Originally in Spider-Man #1, the Chameleon disguised himself as Spider-Man in order to frame the wall crawler for the theft of some plans that he spy would sell to the communists. Any additional divergences in the reality is the battle against the Fantastic Five and the Vulture. The Vulture originally appeared in Amazing Spider-Man 2 and battled Spider-Man alone. After many attempts to defeat the Vulture, Spider-Man eventually created a device that counteracted the magnetic power flying harness the Vulture used. The Fantastic Four originally battled the Red Ghost on the moon in the Fantastic Four 13. In the original story, the Invisible Girl traveled to the moon with the rest of her teammates and battled against Red Ghost and his super apes. The Fantastic Four battled a puppet master controlled Namor in Fantastic Four #14. However, in the original story, Sue wasn't tricked into meeting Namor and taken captive until after the Red Ghost mission. Since Sue went to the moon with the team in the mainstream reality, the battle with Namor is almost entirely the same, save for the fact that in this version of the battle, Sue decides to stay with Namor at the end of the story. The reality and its version of the Fantastic Five are seen again in What If #21. Next issue, What If, Volume 1, Issue #2. What if the Hulk had the brain of Bruce Banner?